all the way to max, and are you serious? Change where it's plugged in. All right, cleaning your engine is actually really easy. And why do you want to do it? Well, if you're like me, you like all of your car clean and detailed. Now, if you have leaves and pine needles collecting inside the cowl, around the outsides of the hood, now those can actually block the little drains where water goes out of your car, turning it into a nice little pile of mud where you can actually get rust to form. For that reason alone, you want to remove the leaves and the pine needles before you clean the engine compartment. Now, however, if you are going to go ahead and do a thorough cleaning on your engine compartment, there's a few basic things you want to know. One, I love a pressure washer, and I like it more than a hose because a hose just pours water into the engine compartment, whereas a pressure washer is a finer, smaller actual quantity of water, and it's pulling dirt off faster. On this SRT Charger, this car is an absolutely bulletproof car to clean the engine on. Now, cleaning the engine on cars, say from the 80s, that can be something that has a little bit more likelihood of lighting your dashboard up like a Christmas tree. However, on most modern vehicles, there's almost no problem at all with cleaning your engine, and I do it regularly. Step one to cleaning the engine compartment, first blast it off. I'm always moving the hose, making sure that I'm not blasting directly into any electrical components. Then, I'm gonna go ahead and take the all-purpose cleaner and blast down the top of the engine compartment and anywhere else where I've got a lot of built-up crud. I'm gonna go a little heavier. Now remember, the all-purpose cleaner is a dilutable product, but I am gonna go ahead and use it full strength on the engine bay. Also, important to note, if you have a cold air intake or an open air filter on the engine, make sure and put a plastic bag over that or aluminum foil, cover that open element, and make sure that it does not get blasted with water. The wheel face brush is one of the most perfect brushes that we have for gently and carefully cleaning all of the engine compartment. And then I'm gonna be able to miss some. There's some spots that I won't be able to get with this tool. With those, I'll grab the lug and trim brush. This is the time also where you want to get all the leaves out of the engine compartment. All right, and then last step, just rinse it out. So after we blast off the engine compartment and get all of the all-purpose cleaner out of there, make sure all the leaves and the needles are gone, then we're gonna go ahead and take our air cannon and turn it all the way to max. With the majority of the water gone, now I'm gonna go ahead and use a very special solution. Now this is about this much vinyl rubber and trim dressing, and the rest is water. Okay, so what we're looking at here is a super diluted VRT, which is the perfect product to use when you're dealing with an engine like this that has a lot of plastic and black parts. The reason I like to use the VRT instead of an entire can of in and out spray on the engine compartment is one, this stuff, when you're spraying a whole giant area like this, it doesn't go airborne and you don't have to breathe it in. Two, this is gonna be a minimal overspray. Now, as soon as I'm done spraying the motor down, I'm just gonna close the hood. This looks super shiny right now, okay? And you're like, whoa, that's not the look I was going for. Well, trust me, as soon as the water evaporates out of it, it won't be so wet, I'll be able to knock it down with a sponge and it'll be like nice and matte. It'll look better than new. Now, you don't wanna use a product that's like our undercarriage spray. For one, it's a kind of a flammable product. For two, it's just a heavy silicone. With that silicone, you don't want it to collect dirt or anything like that. And you don't want that sort of feel on the inside of your engine compartment. You want it dry to the touch. You want it to look as close to new as possible. And this look, as soon as it dries out, it's gonna be better than new. Just give it a few seconds to dry.
There's a couple sections that we went ahead, you may have wiped and dried the suds away from the vehicle a little too much. So we'll go ahead and just spray these lightly. Then we'll take our VRT block, spray a little bit into the applicator. Go ahead and even all of this down. Now VRT is water-based also, so you don't have to worry about silicone corroding any of the rubber components like on air intakes or on a radiator hose or anything like that. It's water-based, it's extremely friendly, and if you happen to get a little trigger happy and get some on the paint, it wipes right off. All right, I think we are looking pretty solid right there. It's actually looking better than new, and it was super easy.